Well, good morning, my faithful followers and interested watchers. This is, I think, my very first video of instructional, informational, shamanic question-answer time. So my first question comes from pretty much everybody I ever talked to about shamanism, and that is, what is soul retrieval? What is soul retrieval? In the Western society, we tend to think of a soul as being one big part, one big whole, that you either sell your soul to the devil or you keep it intact. In the Peruvian shamanic tradition, the soul is a little bit more malleable, I would say. And in the way that I was taught, when you went through a traumatic experience, a fragment of your soul would sort of pop off and go and sort of be in that moment. So you're having say you're getting spanked when you're 5. You're having a traumatic experience that your emotional self at that time period can't deal with. So what's happening is a piece of your soul kind of clicks off and runs and hides in that time period. So it's not experiencing the trauma, but it is experiencing the response to the trauma, which is running and hiding, fear, rage, confusion, all those things. And that little soul part is stuck in that time period, hiding. And all your soul parts are connected to your energy body through energy cords. You don't ever lose your soul necessarily, not the way that I was taught. I mean, other people may disagree with me. That's totally possible. But this is how I was taught. So what soul retrieval does is, you're a 20-something, 30-something, 40-something year old human being, and you've probably now had hundreds of traumas. Luckily, those traumas tend to be repeating patterns based on the traumas you experienced as a child in your formative years. So in those formative years, you have these soul parts that are stuck in fear mode in those places where you had trauma. And as you're walking along in your day-to-day, you're 30 years old, you're walking along, la 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 la, and then somebody says something that triggers you back to that place where you were 5, and suddenly you're not in your true self. You're not in that moment of being 30. You're now in that moment of being a scared, confused, angry 5-year-old. And so your responses might be acting out, like, you just act out. You don't even know where you're coming from. It's not a mature response. It's because you're not responding from your mature self. You're responding from fear when you were 5. So soul retrieval is gonna take you back through guided meditation or guided soul journey. The shaman's going to call on the spirit. So it's more than guided meditation, but at the same time, it's not much more than guided meditation. It's like guided meditation with magical intent. And they're going to take you into the underworld, because that's where all the soul parts end up residing. When a soul part clicks off, it's going to be absorbed by the earth. It's not just in the ethereal. Everything that is of heavy energy, fear, hatred, rage, confusion, all those heavy energy feelings, they're gonna go with earth, which holds heavy energy. So you go into the underworld and you go through guided meditation back to those traumatic experiences, and the shaman's generally going to guide you. There are multiple ways of doing soul retrieval, and the way that I do it, I'm going to take you in to find your soul part, and then I'm going to help you get it back. Some shaman will take you down to get your soul part, and they'll go get it back. Some people will have you lay there while they soul journey, and they'll get back your soul part. So you're not really part of the experience. You're just sort of the patient laying there somberly waiting for your soul pieces back. None of them are wrong. It's just a matter of preference. So when the shaman takes you down, gets you to that traumatic space, gets your soul piece back, you're now yourself now. You're not that 5-year-old anymore, so you come in with more confidence. You go and get that soul piece back, and you tell the people that need to be told they were wrong, that they were wrong, and you cut the cords from that time period. You cut the cords so that any cords that soul fragment may still have an emotionally, energetically and emotionally to that time period are cut and freed. And then you bring that soul piece back into your now, into your day, where you are at this point in life. Now, interestingly, what I have found, that a lot of times it has a domino effect. Other traumas that may have the same pattern, the same cyclical pattern that's connected to that trauma, they tend to all kind of get healed at the same time. You might have to go and get other traumatic soul pieces back that have to do with the same pattern, but they're not going to be as intense as that first one, that first trauma that spawned the cycle, that spawned that pattern. So once you get that back, you'll feel your energy feels more whole. You'll feel more now, and you won't lash out in the heat of the moment. That's actually you just sourcing your information from various soul fragments. You'll be whole. You can make responses to people based on your emotions and your understanding of life now, not when you were 5. So I found that it's been a tremendous healing experience for. Well, that was interesting. The dog of the house saw the mailman outside from the window upstairs and was barking like crazy. I'm guessing there's some issue between him and the mailman, or mailwoman, mail person. So as I was saying, people who have experienced soul retrieval, that tends to be a really dramatic change in their emotional responses to life. People, the most intense healing experiences that I have seen had to do with soul retrieval. Once you start getting those soul pieces back, you start to become who you always thought you were, and you stop being easily controlled by your emotions, easily manipulated, and easily thrown off your center. So that is, I think, hopefully not a very long video, a quick and concise explanation of soul retrieval. So stay tuned for more informational videos where I will just talk about things that people have questions about. So, and also, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at shamanichealer@hotmail.com, and I will answer them in video format. Thank you for your time. Blessed be.